All right, so now we're back on the home page, and we just created our account, and we just upgraded to premium. So now you're seeing what the premium version looks like. We'd like to thank everybody that is currently a premium for all of their support of Greenkeeper, and allows us to continue to reinvest in ourselves and grow the company, and also provide good support to you guys. Um, but you're going to notice that it's still a little bit empty because we haven't made any applications yet. And more importantly, too, we don't have any past weather data to be relying on. So the system starts calling our weather provider here, Dark Sky, every single night at midnight in your local time zone. And so it runs through, it grabs the weather that you had yesterday, and then it starts putting it into our models. And so if you are trying to track an application that's happened in the past before you first signed up for Greenkeeper, one of the things we want to do is edit our weather. So to do that, we're going to scroll down and you're going to see our weather graph, which obviously today just has the current temperature so far today in Nebraska, which is 48 degrees. If I want to add what the weather's been like, I can click the Edit Weather button and it brings in this table. And you'll notice now that this table for all the past days is just saying 32, 32. And again, we track everything in Celsius in a metric system. So 32 just means in the background, the value is 0. So it just gives it a 32. If you want to track growing degree days going backwards to try to catch up on an application, all we really need is the average temperature. Because the min and the max we don't really care about as much. The growing degree days are being calculated on the average temperature. So if I come in here and say yesterday's average temperature was 50, and the day before that was 45, and I'm going to do at least 4 days of average temperatures going backwards. So let's just keep doing that. So let's say it was warmer, and 65. And then another one that'd be interesting to track is the humidity. And the reason I'll show on the homepage is for this is important for disease modeling. So let's just put in what the humidity was over the last 5 past days. And again, this is the average humidity for the day. So not the high, not the low, what the average is. So let's say it was kind of humid, and then in these days, maybe not as humid. So I'm just putting in some basic numbers there. So as the weather data comes in automatically, these tables are going to be updating. So if you do notice that your weather data looks kind of bad, and maybe the weather website Dark Sky gave us a value that doesn't seem like what really occurred at your location, this is really important, like in the mountains or other geographic locations that might have really weird microclimates. This would be the place where you would edit those values. So again, I'll push the home button. And so now all of a sudden the site is a little bit more alive. So just to kind of show you what we see on the home page, we have at the top now we have environmental models and we have a dollar spot risk. We have our actions button that allows us to do things that we frequently would be using, but there's other pages that are kind of hidden, and those are in the this drop down menu over on the right side. And so we have that My Course page, the new application page. We'll see past applications, a summary page for pest reporting. Then there's a Managed Products page we already saw. The Managed Sprayers page is set up in there. We have some links to other things like Greenkeeper University, the blog, and then if you want to add users, remove users, and then importantly too, if you do forget your password, make sure you change it. And so you're going to get a temporary password. Click the Change Password button. You'll enter in the temporary password, and then you'll put in your new password twice, and then that's how you change that. We have our weather, what it's currently like, what it was yesterday, and what the 8-day forecast looks like. If you're integrating a SPEO soil sensor, that will be displayed in this box. That will be talked about later. And now, since we've manually added the weather data, you can kind of get an idea of what this looks like. So now we're going to kind of just go through all of the different feature sets that are in Greenkeeper now that we've made our course. And so now we're going to transition into making an application, reviewing an application, looking at the mixing math to see what's going on, and then we'll come back and show how those applications are displayed on this homepage, and then get into some specific models on the page.